Okay, so we are up to puppy toilet training tip number 5 today. So today is all about making things a little bit more predictable so that it's a lot easier. So both of you, your puppy and you, if you've got a bit of a pattern or a daily schedule, it just makes everything a little bit easier because you know what's going to happen. And the biggies here are, and this goes back to personal health, again, for both of you, or all of you. If you don't go to bed at the same time every night, I mean, yeah, sure, on a Friday night you're a little bit later, that's fine, but mainly you should be hopping off to bed at the same time. Your puppy will thank you for it. They are growing and they need a massive amount of sleep. I'm going to talk more about that tomorrow. But for now, just make sure that your sleep schedule is fairly consistent. Now, while you have a puppy, your wake-up time is going to be insane. Possibly you've got a magic puppy that'll sleep till 10 a.m. I probably suspect if you're doing that you're going to bed consistently late. Most of them are up at 4 a.m. because they've got a full bladder. So what you want to be aiming to do is just whatever's going on with that, make it the same schedule. If you have to get up early and go back to bed because you want to sleep in, that's fine. And again, I'll talk more about that tomorrow. But timing is everything. The other thing you want to make on a schedule is meals. Now, puppies do need to eat more frequently, particularly when they're younger. But you want to make sure that that's predictable because your puppy's digestive system is predictable. Unless they've got an upset tummy, which is pretty common to happen once or twice during their puppyhood. That's just a normal part of their development. Of course, if they are sick, definitely go off to your vets. They may need antibiotics and stuff. But just be aware that their digestive system, when it's functioning well, is like clockwork. And if you are just chucking a bunch of dry food down and leaving it there all day, all night, and your puppy's grazing, guess what? They're going to go to the toilet just any time. They will eventually get into a bit of a pattern, but if you serve a meal instead of letting them graze all day, first of all, that meal's going to be more high value. They're like, oh yes, food. They will gobble it all gone. And it also allows you to actually know how much they're eating and what they're thinking of that food. So a couple of extra useful things about feeding them meals. Now, your meals don't have to be just in a bowl. They can be enrichment meals as well. But just make sure it's on a schedule. I mean, most people eat meals on a schedule, at least somewhat close to a schedule. And it just means that in approximately X number of hours, there's going to be a puppy poo. If you know that's on the way, you can be extra vigilant and watch their behaviour and make sure that they are in the right spot and that you have got the right rewards to praise them, have a lot of fun, and make sure that little event, that little event is worth doing outside. If you do stuff up and they end up going in the house or somewhere inappropriate, then you're just going to skip the puppy party. If you do need to get out the rolled up newspaper, this is the point where you beat yourself over the head because you were not watching your puppy. So that is just a tip for making your life easier, making your puppy's life easier. Get them on a feeding schedule and a routine. The other obvious routines are going out when they get up, as soon as they wake up in the morning. That's a really predictable time that they're going to need to pee. Getting them out during the day, of course, but also making sure that there's a nice pattern to your day, and you'll very quickly be able to figure out that way when there's going to be more likelihood of an accident. So if you have got any questions, do get in touch with me. You can find me over on Facebook at Dog Training Help, or you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. So enjoy the rest of your day. And as I said, I've got one more tip coming up tomorrow. It will be at 12:30. If you want to join me then, feel free. And of course, if you have any questions, comments, do lob on and ask about your puppy. I will see you then.